welcome back to another video. This video is an FO review of the Turner dress by Cashmerette. This is the dress and I wore it last week in my podcast and also to work that day. I purchased the fabric from Stitch Sew Shop and the outside is a cotton ponte knit and the inside is a bamboo knit fabric. And so I did the short sleeves and I adjusted the length of the skirt to hit me just above my knee. So my experience with sewing this, I enjoyed sewing it. I traced the pattern onto tracing paper to cut out the pieces. The lining I probably wouldn't sew with this kind of fabric again, just because it was quite slippery to finagle. Although with the thickness of the outside fabric, it would have been too much to deal with for having a lined bodice. So one thing about the pattern is that just the instructions, I mean, it's obvious what you should do, but the instructions should also be correct. So on the sleeve piece, they say to cut from the main and the lining, but the sleeve actually isn't lined. And then on the skirt, they just say cut one main along the fold, but you should cut two, obviously, because you need a front and back. And so those are a couple things just in the writing of the pattern that were typos. And as well, the way they direct you to press the seams, they direct you to press everything towards the back, but when you come back and you're sewing, like say you press the shoulder seams to the back, but then you're going through and sewing this around, you really need to have the shoulder seams to the front and to the back, because otherwise it's too thick for your sewing machine to handle. And so I think stuff like that with a pattern that is a beginner pattern, and as a beginner sewer, this is my first garment, I think that those things are just a little bit unclear. And so as well, and on the inside, on the skirt, the seam between the skirt and the bodice, they have you sew in this elastic, and then they tell you to press everything towards the skirt. But the way the elastic is you can't really press it any different way than how you sewed it. So that's another thing where they suggest something that's really not actually feasible. Otherwise, I think it's definitely very achievable. It only took me a few sessions. The first session to cut it out, the second session to do the bodice, and then the third session to add the sleeves and do the skirt. And to hem it, I used some tape that you pin it and you press it to keep it more together, and then I hemmed it all around, and I was really happy with that. I think I should have changed the tension from my bobbin because it is a little wavy. I don't know if you can really see that. I tried to press it out, but it's fine. That doesn't really bother me. But yes, otherwise I'm really happy with this dress. If I did it again, I would add pockets just because I love dresses with pockets, and I would make the skirt a little bit longer. The bodice hits me right at where my fat roll, so like on my body, like it's not really a waist, but like I have like a fat roll up here and a fat roll down here, so I tend to like to wear stuff right here because that is a slimming point for me. And so that's where I made the bodice hit, and then the skirt was a good length in the front, but just a little bit too short in the back. So I would if I made it again, I might add a couple inches to the skirt, because when I was changing the length, I didn't think about the hem, which is a rookie mistake. So anyway, overall, I really enjoyed sewing this. I recommend the pattern for sure, or recommend this style of garment as your first sewing pattern. If you are not a beginner, or if you have knit something before, I recommend you probably find a pattern that has pockets in it or add pockets into this one. Alright guys, so that's it. That's the FL review of my Turner dress by Cashmerette. If you like this video, definitely hit the like button down below. And if you'd like to see more craft and lifestyle videos from me, definitely hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.